You to make a lot of noise. You might have seen her on The Tonight Show. Clap it up for the very funny Veronica Mosey. Veronica Mosey.
Thank you. Well, hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I want to share with you guys. I'm 44 years old, and I was told I couldn't have kids, and I managed to get pregnant and have one at 41. So it was kind of a medical miracle. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, huge mistake. People keep saying you must be so tired because of the baby. I'm like, I'm tired because I'm 44, dude. You have to understand the medical community agrees that I'm too old to have a baby because every pregnancy above the age of 35 is referred to as a geriatric pregnancy. That's a legitimate medical term. Nothing puts a spring in your rickety old step like hearing that shit. I didn't even buy a stroller. I just bought a walker with a car seat that snaps into it. The other thing is you're a high-risk pregnancy, and they tell you every time you go to the doctor's office, like it's a mission. You understand you're high risk. Veronica, you do know you're high risk. Miss Mosey, you're aware you're high risk. I was like, this is the most dangerous thing I've done in 15 years. I thought I was going to give birth to a Navy SEAL. It was that dangerous. Then they test the baby for all kinds of stuff. One of the things they focus on is Down syndrome, which I don't understand because I volunteered for Special Olympics. Kids with Downs are awesome. All they do is run around and play, laugh, hug people. They're amazing, right? Don't worry about Downs. You want to worry if there's a test and you find out your kid's going to be like Kim Kardashian, okay? Because that's a long road ahead of you. That's what we need, personality tests, right? Like, you could find out you're pregnant with a healthy baby boy and he's going to grow up to call that bartender chief. And we need to get rid of that shit right away. I don't know, man. The hardest thing about having a kid when you're older is the fact that it wipes out your whole cool past, right? Like, I was like you guys. I went out, I did drugs, my life was amazing. You know, and now I'm just a mom. I'm a mom and I talk like this and I'm concerned about my family's nutrition. Every time a mom says to me, you want to read my mommy blog or join my mommy meetup? I just want to yell out, I've done cocaine, okay? All right, I was somebody. Do you understand me? I was somebody. Yeah. And now I'm wearing a blouse I bought at Costco. So what the fuck? Do you like my MILF? This is my MILF look. Isn't that nice? You know what a MILF is. A mom I'd like to F word, okay? Here's the thing. There's a lot of moms out there that you would like to, but finding a mom who wants to, that's the issue, right? And this is why women who do MILF porn aren't actually mothers, because if you throw a real mom on a casting couch, she's just going to take a nap. Like, real MILF porn would be aimed at men who like to pleasure themselves while women are sleeping. Or as I call them, my husband and most of his friends. It's hard, too, because I have to make mom friends now. I don't want to make any friends, okay? The friends list is closed. I'm in my 40s. We don't give a shit. And all these moms, they're very competitive, you know, and they'll ask you things because they want to tell you their story. They'll say, so tell me about your birth story. I'm like, what is that? You go first. It's always the same thing. They're like, well, I gave birth at home in a vat of freshly squeezed guava juice. And I was surrounded by my midwife, my doula, my shaman, my Tibetan monk, and my Pilates instructor. No drugs, I just wanted to feel my pelvis split right in half. What's your birth story, Veronica? Tell me. I'm like, well, my birth story, brought to you by Medicaid. I gave birth in a city hospital, and I was surrounded by 8 Haitian and Jamaican nurses who kept saying supportive things to me like, shut your mouth and push like you're making a big caca, mama. So I crapped my kid out, thank you. Everybody's weird. All the parents are weird, and they want you to be weird. There's all these parenting trends you have to follow, right? First of all, you have to teach your baby sign language. That's a big, like, we need one more fucking thing to do. You walk into somebody's house, and it's like, they're like, oh, look, the baby's saying please. Oh, look, the baby's saying thank you. I'm like, the baby's hitting himself, okay? And then And then you do give him something, and then he hits himself again, and then you give him... he's not a genius. And what people don't realize is a lot of kids become speech delayed because of this. So these poor parents are like, I don't understand, little Milo's almost 5 and he can't say one word. I'm like, well, Milo thinks he's a gorilla, so that's why he's not... Idiot. Gotta name your kid a trendy name, right? That's a big one these days. We all hear these weird names, right? Some people want to name their kids after where the baby was conceived. One of my friends named her son London. The other one named her daughter Paris. So my husband and I were thinking about Caesar's Palace Hotel and Casino. We just call her Jacuzzi for short, obviously. Then people want to name their kids ironic, interesting names, right? Like I know this couple that has twins named Gunner and Stryker. What's their dog's name? Kevin. I hate everybody. I really... So we ended up having a little girl. Her name is Evelyn Angela. That's a family name. It'll work when she's 90, which is nice. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing or whatever, but whenever a Russian woman sees my daughter, she could be dressed in head to toe pink with a shirt that says princess on it. And inevitably the Russian woman will go, what a beautiful little boy. And I'm always like, no, that's a girl. That's girl, really? Like, yeah, why are we arguing about this? No, I thought she's boy because she has the short curl. I'm like, she's 3. I mean, I know in Russia she'd have hair extensions and breast implants by now, but we don't do that, so. No, because her hair is very short. I'm like, she's a dyke. Are we finished with the conversation? She made her decision a year ago. It's hard, too, because my daughter's starting to say a lot of stuff. You know, she's 3, she can talk a lot. And, she'll say things out loud, and it always scares the crap out of me what's going to happen. She saw this guy in the subway, and he had the teardrops, but then he had, a cobweb under his, tattoo under his chin. Then he had, the word death. Clearly, he was on his way to his job as a motivational speaker, but... My daughter looks at him, and because she did this, she goes, Mommy, that guy drew marker on his face. He's going to get a timeout. And I was like, oh, I think he did upstate someplace, honey. Don't worry about that. I don't want my daughter to end up like Kim Kardashian. I can't stand that she's a #1 role model in the United States. I can't stand it. I don't understand. You know what bothers me? Kim Kardashian made $65 million last year. You guys realize this? $65 million. None of us in this whole room combined will make $65 million in her fucking lifetime. But she makes it in a year because she has a big ass and she's been a whore. And I'm not being mean. That's on her resume under special skills. And what bothers me as a professional woman trying to make it in show business is I have a big ass. I've been a huge whore. I've never made $65 million from that. My point is she's not a pioneer. That's all I'm saying. It's tough sometimes. I think political correctness is kind of killing us a little bit. Makes stand-up very difficult. People get upset with certain jokes. One thing that's affected me is the transgender acceptance movement. See, I'm a taller girl, and a long time ago, if somebody came up to me, a gross guy came up to me, I could just look at him and go, so do you like surprises? And he'd run away, right? And now, when I say, so do you like surprises? He goes, I just want to talk to you about your journey. I'm looking forward to the summertime here in New York City. It's getting warm. It feels so good, right? Yeah, the only thing I hate about the summer here in New York City is hearing this sound all the time. The ice cream trucks. Now, here's the thing. I used to live in a really bad neighborhood like 20 years ago in Brooklyn. And my ice cream truck used to play about 11:30 at night when the gangs took a break. And it played Pop Goes the Weasel, which sucked enough on its own, never mind when it never got to the refrain ever. So this is what you'd hear in my neighborhood, 11:30 at night. And the whole neighborhood's like, somebody pop the fucking weasel! Hey, I'm Veronica Mosey. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much.
What? Veronica Mosey, clap it up. Woo!